G'day folks. Well, it's time for the final part of the Telecom Commander system autopsy, or main unit. It's Commander BN series S338/H21, 1986, 8th month 1986. It's 26 years old then, ish, 26, 27. Yeah, this is a fairly heavy piece of equipment. I need a metal box to mount a paper shredder on, so it's kind of inspired me to get off my ass and strip this thing down. So yeah, the punch down racks in there, punch down connectors I think they call them, which all come up to the main back plane. It's a bit hard to see. I'll try and turn it around and get the back plane out, but there's not much on there apart from some little Matsushita 24 volt relays. They're fairly long. It looks like they have a number of different contacts in them. They'll be quite handy to salvage. And there's also some power connectors up there, Molex plugs. That's where the interesting stuff's going to be. That power supply is short to ground, so I'm guessing it's been surged, and as someone suggested, maybe the MOVs have gone short. But it puts out 5, 12, 20 and 30 volts. So if I can fix it, it'd be quite handy. If it can't be fixed, well, who cares? It's all scrap anyway. I'll arrange this in a more easy to work on manner and work on it. Okay, well, we've got the punch down block out. As you can see, the looms on the back connect to the right hand side connectors, which don't appear to have numbered markings. The lines seem to connect to the internal wiring, wiring coming in connects on the left hand side, wiring to the back plane goes on the right hand side, and that's these connectors here. They just snap onto the back plane over here, as you can see. Pretty straightforward. It's a nicely made piece of board. It's a big board. Again, Nitsuko, 8th, 1988. There's connectors, plenty of relays, and those relays do have a lot of contacts in them. There's two sets of, it's like a primary set and a secondary set or something. There's it looks like there might be a diode or something in there. No, sorry, coil. Positive, negative is coil. You got 2 normally open and 2 normally closed there. 2 normally open and normally closed there as well. Different type though. Those 2 end contacts look like they might even close up when they latch. It's odd. I'm going to have to look up the data sheet for these. There's a lot of MOVs on here too. A bit of testing to tell whether or not any of them are any good. I'd say most of them are good because the power supply is the only thing that seems to be blown. But then if it was a bad surge, it could have taken everything. But yeah, there's a lot of big MOVs, probably one for every line. Yeah, interesting. Oh, well, let's get this power supply out. I know it's not going to be a switch mode. It's way too heavy to be a switch mode supply. In fact, I think most of the weight of this unit is in that box. So it's going to have a big iron core transformer, some DC rectifiers and other stuff like that. Should be pretty interesting. Okay, well, in addition to a lot of water pouring out of it, I'm finding some interesting bits inside already. Looks like only a single voltage output from the transformer and some voltage regulators, so yeah, there's a big iron transformer inside this box. Interestingly, it says do not earth, case mains earth, but the case is double insulated, so yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's got a testing stamp on it, same as the other stuff. 10/8/88, so 10th of the 8th, 1988. Yeah. Anyway, let's get some covers off. I'll see how much water's gone through this transformer. It should be pretty right. This stuff's robust enough not to be an issue. I'm just wondering why it went to ground on the ground fault interrupter. Oh, and when I say when it went to ground, I don't mean today, because it was full of water. I mean, when I got it, when it hadn't been out in the weather, it still did the same thing. Second I plugged it into the wall, everything went off. It's not because of water, there's something wrong with it. Could have been what was on the main board, but I doubt it. Unless this thing is actually, the neutral plane is connected somewhere in it. No, I'd say there's a fault inside here or here. Bad wiring, or something's melted. Something's been surged. Okay, well, it's a really nice power supply. The transformer's clearly isolated from ground, so if that was shorted and melted, like, it'd be very obvious, and it would be, well, pretty much impossible to go to ground unless it melted through the bottom housing. Now, if there is a issue, it'll be inside this token noise filter, or I don't really know where else. Because I went to Earth, unless it's through one of these fuse holders or something. Maybe there was a tiny bit of moisture in it when I got it. There's a cap across that neon light. That's about it. I don't really know where it could have gone to ground. All I can do is let it all dry out thoroughly and give it a test run one day. I'll run it without earth and proper safety precautions, of course. Isolate it and measure to ground and just see if I'm getting any voltage. If there is voltage, it could be a breakdown inside the noise filter or something like that. I've got a few different noise filters, not like that one, but similar small modular boards out of plasma TVs. Same deal, just not inside a metal can. So I could replace that, and this thing can be a nicely filtered, I think it's a linear power supply. It's not switch mode. You could call it a well-regulated linear power supply because it's got two half-wave rectifiers there, 22,000 microfarad 50-volt cap. There's a, it's a, is it Sanken SI 8153B and a SI 8053B. So 8153B and 8053B. One will be 12 volt, one will be 5 volt. And the 30 volts coming straight out here will be straight off the transformer. Not sure whether 20 volts would be dropped down though without a reg. Although there are a couple of small transformers here. So there's a bit of everything going on. I'm assuming it's DC. All the cards have DC gear. Maybe there's an AC output, half wave or full wave AC, I don't know. It's just something to experiment with. Telecommunication power supply is unusual to me, although typically they're all direct current. All of them. I've never pulled one apart that wasn't DC. Very well filtered DC too, of course, because line noise is annoying. People don't like line noise. So I'd say this is a really good power supply. Certainly looks like it. The PSB G Series 3/27. Yeah. Nice. Oh well, that's the end of that one for now. I'll dry all this out and we'll give it a test run and meter it and have a bit of a play around with it. Should be good. Thanks for watching.